Hey guys, Noob73 here. Welcome back to a Noob's Guide to Feed the Beast. Now, last episode we talked about some of the built-in tools that come with these mod packs that make life a little bit easier for you, but today we're going to talk about some of the things that you can find in these mod packs. Now, you'll notice first of all that I've changed to the default texture pack, and the reason for that is because I figure what we're talking about today I should do in default because you guys may be using default texture pack and you need to know what you're looking at. So in a typical vanilla Minecraft game, there are certain resources that you will go mining for and expect to find. Now I've got some set up on this wall over here, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. Oops, too many buttons. Alright, so this is pretty much what you expect to see in any sort of cave system or ravine or just digging, channel mining. You've got coal, iron, lapis, redstone, gold, emerald, and diamond. And that's pretty much it. I mean, these resources, other than, cobblestone, wood, these are what you're going to be looking for in the overworld, and of course there are a few other things that you would look for in the nether, but this is pretty much it. Now, in Feed the Beast, there's quite a few more resources that are available to you, and I've got these set up on these walls, and I'm going to explain exactly what they are and what they're going to do for you. Now, this first set of new ores, you've got copper, tin, silver, lead, and ferrous metal, which can also be known as nickel. Now, these are smeltable into ingots, real similar to iron and gold. So, and you're going to want to look for these fairly early, and luckily they're quite bountiful. I tend to find that copper is available actually higher up than iron is most of the time, and usually in pretty good amount. Tin, along the same lines, pretty plentiful. Silver and lead and ferrous metal, maybe not so much. But again, these are your basic metals. You mine them out of the wall, you stick them in a furnace, and they'll turn into ingots that you can then use to build stuff with. Now the next set are a little different. And I don't know why that turned into end stone. That's really kind of odd. Let me check something real quick here. Let's see. I set this up when I was using my Sortex Fanver texture pack. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, there's iridium ore right there. I don't know why. Let me go ahead and replace that real quick, just so it looks right. There we go. Now, these items are, somewhat useful along with the new metals, but these are not going to be processed in the traditional way. Now, you've got uranium, you've got cinnabar, bauxite, saltpeter, sulfur, galena, and you've also got aluminum. I think I spelled that right. Iridium and monazite. Now, a lot of these materials are used for more advanced machines and processes. Monazite is used almost exclusively for powering force fields. Iridium and bauxite are used in the more advanced industrial craft machines. Of course, uranium is used for making nukes. And saltpeter and sulfur can be used to make gunpowder. Aluminum is actually quite useless until you're pretty far in the game, but it's a good idea to collect it anyways. Galena can be processed into lead and silver if you have the right machine, but again, that's a lot more end game. Early on, it's not going to be very useful to you. And cinnabar, if you smelt cinnabar, you'll get quicksilver. Now, cinnabar can be used in Thaumcraft, and beyond that, I know it's got other uses. I just don't know what they are, because again, that's a lot more advanced. But none of these ores will net you any sort of ingot that you can use to build stuff with. So as you're mining early in the game, when you run across these types of ores, you can definitely collect them, but I would not pass up things like copper, tin, or silver to collect these things. I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to day. So again, these, be on the lookout at all times, because you can never have too much of these things in your inventory. These early on, you know, mark them, maybe put a waypoint where you find, if you find a large amount, especially iridium. Iridium tends to be very rare, more rare than diamond or emerald. So if you find an iridium and you can't collect it, mark it with a waypoint, because that's a good thing to come back for. The rest, you know, come back for it when you can, but it's early on in the game, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. The next section, these are crystals. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch to survival mode. And I'm going to give myself a pickaxe so we can take a look at these here. Let's see. Let's just go with diamond. There we go. There we go. Okay, so grab a diamond pickaxe. Now, these items here are all crystals of a sort, and they're all used for different things. So I'll start over here. Now, these two items right here, hang on, I say two. Okay, I thought I had that third one in there, but maybe I didn't. Let's take a look here. No. I can't spell when I really need to. Okay. I'll explain what I'm looking at here. Now, this is a ruby, and this is, this is going to pop this other one off here. This is a sapphire, and let me just go ahead and put that back. We'll get back to that in a second. Now, rubies and sapphires and green sapphires, which for some reason there's not an ore in creative mode for green sapphire. I don't know why. I don't know what kind of glitch that is. But these three items are gemstones that you can use to make tools with. Now, similar to the diamond pickaxe, you would need 3 of any particular type and 2 sticks to make a pickaxe, and you know, the same types of recipes for the other types of tools. Now, the benefit is these have the efficiency, the speed at which they mine things, similar to diamond, but they have the durability of roughly iron. Now, they're a lot more plentiful, a lot easier to find than diamond are. So early on, you can have some pretty good tools without having to worry about, you know, if you do run across a few diamonds, you don't have to worry about wasting them. The next, let's see. Okay, this item is called apatite, and one of the reasons I wanted to switch to standard texture pack, these actually are very confusing in the texture pack that I was using, Sortex Fanver, because they looked exactly like diamonds in that texture pack for some reason. Even when you mine them, they have the same texture as diamonds, they're just slightly darker blue. These are very plentiful usually. They come in huge, gigantic veins. You'll usually get at least a couple stacks if you find them at all. And they're used for fertilizer. We'll get into how that's used later, but if you find some and you have the ability and inventory space to do so, it's always a good idea to pick these up. Another advantage is they give you experience just like coal does, and since they come in such large veins, you can usually pick up several levels just by mining out a vein of apatite. The next one, right here, is quartz. Now, when you come across quartz, it is always a good idea to pick it up. The reason for that is when you break a block of quartz, you have a chance of either getting a quartz crystal or quartz dust, or sometimes both. These are used in the Applied Energistics mod. Now, if any of you have watched my Let's Play, you'll know what I mean about that. They're used to create a crafting and storage system called the ME system, which is just absolutely outstanding. However, that system requires a crap ton of these quartz crystals, and they're not the most plentiful things. So if you see those crystals, always pick them up. This next one is amber. And quite frankly, I'm not even sure which mod adds amber in. I think it might be forestry. And I'm not exactly sure. I have not run across a use for amber other than Thaumcraft. And when I say that, it is useful in Thaumcraft. If you'll notice the little handcuff symbol that's in the middle, that's not one that is widely found. So it's always good to keep these if you're going to be doing Thaumcraft, because you might need them for that research aspect. I'm not sure what else they can do besides that, but, you know, any other function they have is probably more advanced than I've had to deal with. Alright, so the next row, we've got red, blue, light, dark, and green zirconium. Ouch. Now these, see, red, green, blue, light, and dark. These crystals are part of the Zycraft mod, which, when I first encountered Feed the Beast, I thought the Zycraft mod was completely useless. I had absolutely no idea what to do with these crystals. They're extremely plentiful. They will quickly fill up your inventory. And I had absolutely no idea what they did or what use there was. And I think a lot of people are like that. Zycraft is actually a very useful mod once you get into it. You can create tanks to hold liquid that theoretically can be extremely huge and extremely cheap. You can create an auto-crafting fabricator that will, you know, as you feed ingredients into it, it will craft things for you. There's other functions as well. You can create a type of mechanical soil that will greatly increase the speed of your growing things and allow you to grow things without water. And there's other features besides that. So what I'm saying is, collect this stuff. Don't throw it away. Don't get rid of it, because you'll have need of it. Now, having said that, this little doohickey right here also comes from Zycraft mod. And it's not, strictly speaking, useless, because there is one item you can craft using this quartz crystal. Now, keep in mind too, it's called the same type of crystal, but it's completely different. So I always say pointy crystal or round crystal, or I'm sorry, pointy quartz or round quartz. Pointy quartz is used to make one block, and that's a liquid sensor that you can use in Zycraft tanks. Beyond that, the only other possible use it could have is to give off a little bit of light, and it's not even that much light. But at the same time, it also hurts you if you come in contact with it. So basically on par of a cactus. So what I'm trying to say is, don't throw away your zirconium crystals. Don't bother collecting these. The quartz crystals are pretty much useless. Now, in future versions of the mod, they may become more useful. The problem is, they are everywhere. If you ever come across a world hole where you can sort of see down into the ground, you will see, let me see if I can simulate this real quick. Okay. As you get to this world hole right here, you see all the light blocks in the void there. Those are all quartz crystals. They take up an entire block, but it looks pretty much empty. They give off light, and they are there for you to step on and hurt yourself. So they're kind of useless. They spawn like crazy. I'm gonna kill myself with this stupid thing. So bottom line, don't bother collecting them. Throw them away. They're useless. And just keep an eye out. Maybe in future versions of the Zycraft mod, they'll be more useful. But right now, there's absolutely no reason to keep them. Okay, so this last group of crystals right here, you will find these in a lot of places, and you'll usually find 2 or 3 of each color together. You usually won't find them in multiple colors like this clustered together. These are energy shards from the Thaumcraft mod pack. They are basically physical embodiments of magical power. Now, when you break one, you'll get a specific number of shards, and they'll be colored with the color of the stone that you broke them out of. And each color represents a different element. See, the yellow ones are air, the water ones are blue. Sorry, the blue ones are water, is what I meant to say. The green ones are earth. The purple ones are V's, which is the name of the magical energy, so these are just basically pure energy. And then sometimes you'll run across these. These won't shine as brightly, and these are just called dull shards. Now, each area that you're in has a specific magic level or aura level. As that level decreases, the stones containing these 4 shards can actually be drained, which will convert them to these dull shards. So if you run across an area with a lot of these and not very much of these, that means there's not very much magic in that area, or someone's been sucking it all up. So, but they're all useful. If you're going to get into Thaumcraft, you're going to want to have all of these. I actually missed one. I missed the fire shards, and I can't believe I forgot that. Let's see, these right here. Fire shards, and those stones will be, they'll have the same look, but they'll be red colored. You're going to want to collect all of these, because as you do things with Thaumcraft, you'll notice that these all have different aspects, and you're going to need all those aspects as you do things with Thaumcraft. So, alright, so what we're going to do now is, I'm going to hop over to an underground area where a lot of these new ores are mixed in, so you can see what they look like in a standard setting. And let me hop back out of out of survival mode before I kill myself here. Let's see. No, there. That's what I wanted. All right, so I'm gonna clear my inventory here. All right, so we're gonna hop over to an underground area, let you see what these ores look like. And I'll be right back when I'm there. Alright, so in a typical mining expedition in Feed the Beast, this is what a cave or ravine is going to look like. Now, obviously, you're seeing a lot of those ores that I was showing you. And you'll notice that they look completely different. They tend to stand out, especially the ones like the zirconium over here. Actually gives off light. If you were in like a ravine, it would actually be shining on the walls. And the same way with this stuff right here, the V's shards. Those will give off light on their own. Now they won't light up their surroundings like redstone will, but you'll be able to see them in the dark. Don't mind the ice. I was just trying to get rid of the water. But yeah, I mean, you'll see all sorts of the new ores mixed in with the old, and so you'll be able to tell what it is you're mining most of the time, and if not, you can always just grab a piece off the wall and see what it looks like in your inventory. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get back out of here, and I'll meet you back up top. Alright guys, so I'm back over here. So what we're going to talk about next time is we're going to actually get into what to do once you have found a decent amount of these ores. Because, I mean, obviously, Feed the Beast is still Minecraft. You're still going to have to do the same basic things in a Feed the Beast game that you do in a vanilla Minecraft game, which is, punch a tree, get some wood, make some wooden pickaxes, start digging, get you some stone pickaxes, and then start digging down in the dirt for resources. At that point, you're going to start running into these other ores, and you're going to collect a bunch of them. So next time what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to process those ores more efficiently than you have been able to in the past. So you'll get more bang for your mining buck. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, please make sure that you leave any comments or suggestions in the comment section below. Make sure that you subscribe if you have not already done so, and go ahead and slap that like button like it stole something, and we will catch you guys next time.